Hello my lovelies, you join me on Monday morning. It's a bit damp, it's a bit chilly. I've lost my keys. No, I haven't. There they are. And we are in the Honourable Sheeson, so we are, to be sure. And we are off for what might be a wet day at the yard. But I'm determined to get at least 2 jobs done. It's going to be a productive one today. Ish. Possibly. Well done, Sheeson. Okay. Right, here we go then.
The YouTube channel's not any good, but he's a nice guy. Sorry, Mr. Boaty.
To make YouTube videos with...
Oh, you had me at YouTube videos. Let's go, Boaty.
Oh, no, we don't. Morning, Andy Pandy. Morning, Minchbag. Morning, Dickadum. Good morning, Stigbert.
Would intervene on abuse and harassment and bots and spam, but when it came to whether something is true or false, we were not in a position to arbitrate that. And
say, we're on it, we're looking at it.
Inquiry that he tried to recover the messages which were lost after he changed his phone in 2022. 12 people have been admitted to hospital, one in a serious condition after a flight between New Zealand and Australia was affected by severe turbulence.
Well, darlings, you join me at the Yard of Dreams, and this, of course, is my car. This is Brian, and Brian... Sorry? Brian has got... Brian has expressed a sincere wish to go through the automotive equivalent of a trip to Dignitas in Switzerland. Brian is going to live on in other vehicles. In other words, Brian is going to be broken for spares. He is just not a viable repair. I've offered him as a complete car for scrap money, and nobody took him, so yeah, that's it. And the first spare has come off Brian and entered Sheeson, so I will be taking a piece of Brian home with me tonight. Sheeson's plastic steering wheel has been replaced with Brian's leather steering wheel, although Sheeson has kept his original airbag. Needs a bloody good clean up, but it's a nice steering wheel, is that? One of Brian's better features. So there we are. That is the first thing to come off Brian. Sheeson's wheel. Sheeson's wheel is now in Brian for steering purposes. So if anybody wants any parts off Brian, then they are all available. It's actually quite a... You would assume that Sheeson, being an IXL, top of the range, would have a leather steering wheel. And it always struck me as odd that he had a horrible plastic one. But having checked the brochure, this is actually absolutely correct. Leather steering wheel was a cost option, darlings. And whoever bought Sheeson knew, I say whoever, I know who bought it new, didn't specify the leather steering wheel. So he's got one now. They've got one now.
Leather rather than plastic. It came from Brian Johnson.
You see, this is where I don't understand how the Project Nigel channel is more successful than mine. When he comes out with content like, this is a new steering wheel, it is still round. I mean, you know, really?
Yes.
6,000 subscribers he's coming up on. 6,000 subscribers. with content like that. It's fucking outrageous. I don't know. I mean,
You've
what?
got more than 6,000 with content that isn't even like that.
But I am pleased with the new steering wheel. As I say, needs a jolly good clean up, but that's going to be a great improvement. I've hated that steering wheel. Now, my purpose for coming to the yard today, well, I mean, I come to the yard every Monday. Of course I do. It's become a ritual thing over the last 18 months or so. Oh, now then. Oh God, that was an impromptu Allegro, man. Now then. Look, darlings. He's not just doing it for the camera. That is Wet Legs, the MGF, performing presumably daily duties. The hood is down. And Wet Leg has a new steering wheel. Shame it's not the green one. Green one would be ideal. But what we're doing now is, oh yeah, two extra purposes for coming. One, fit the leather steering wheel to Sheeson. Number two, find a toolkit, jack, wheel brace, all of that sort of thing for Andy Pandy. Because it is missing. There is nothing in Andy Pandy. Somehow, that managed to escape the exhaustive pre-delivery inspection that Mustard would have carried out on the car prior to us doing the swap. Now, now then we are entering the
Possibly do him any damage.
God, it's scary in here, isn't it, darlings?
Here.
Scary in here. Gosh.
Toolkit.
Oh.
Another toolkit. So that was complete. So yeah, you can have that.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, this
Do you want
is
to carry it to the car for you as well?
Oh, that was very kind. It's nice in here, isn't it?
It's lovely.
How many cars do you reckon you could fit in here?
What do I reckon I can?
No, did you reckon you could? Did you talk about putting 3 cars in here?
Yeah, I did.
Did you ever get 3 cars in here?
No, I've got 2 in.
Yeah. I think 3 was a bit optimistic.
Oh, you don't need that bit. That's why.
What bit?
Oh, the hook. Well, theoretically, 3 would go in here. 325s. A lot of jiggery and nothing else in here at all.
Would there be any pokery, or would it be only jiggery?
There'd be loads of pokery.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, let's have a look at this, darling. So we've got a jack there.
Some metal dowels there for a head gasket.
We've got a brace.
Yeah.
We've got a space for a variety of locking wheel nuts.
Yeah.
We've got the spark plug, because I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, we have. You've got a diesel.
Hey?
You have got a diesel, haven't you?
I've got a diesel. Well, how is that relevant?
It's not.
Do diesels have spark plugs?
No.
I didn't know that.
Yours will in a minute.
What is a spark plug? Oh, hang on.
What?
I'm gonna have a guess at this.
Go on then.
Right, I know very little about engines.
I've never known.
Does a spark plug provide the spark that ignites the petrol?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Well, not just petrol. You can't say.
Oh, no, it's a combination. I know this.
Right.
It's a combination of petrol and air.
Yeah.
Right. It's such a fucking yob. Hello, darlings, and once again, welcome to Boaty Camp. And you join us as we are en route, in a very real and legally binding sense, to Glossop.
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 Winnets.
Pass.
Who's it used to go about Winnets all the time? I'm gonna be on telly. I'm gonna be on telly.
God, I used to love South Park.
Yeah. When was the last time you had a blowout?
Oh, long time. God, now I'm genuinely trying to think. It could be going all the way back to a blowout in a Citroen CX on the way to Alton Towers with a helicopter pilot called Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Huh?
Oh, right.
painted line, isn't it?
It is actually, yeah. It's thoughtfully painted.
Beautifully clear.
Oh yes.
You'd be under no illusion as to.
Well, you're really under no obligation to go across it.
What was the first thing Mrs. Mustard cooked for you?
She doesn't do cooking.
Has she never cooked for you then?
I'm going to say I don't think so. She's more of a warming things up kind of person.
Oh, like pink cuisine.
Yeah.
You must have gone through a phase where you ate convenience food.
Yeah, when I was about 20. When I was 20 and I had my first place, I used to eat lots of tins of cold soup. And then one day, I made my own soup out of soup and potatoes and cheese. And I called it slop.
I remember you telling me that story.
Yeah. I'm going to remake it one day on my channel. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to remake it the way I did, and I'm going to remake it, and then I'm going to make it again as if I've already just thought of it, and see which is best. And I know which one's the best.
Right, that one.
Yeah.
1 out of 10.
What, the Ford KA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
You know, considering it's I mean, it's a Fiat 500 that's been turned into a hemorrhoid.
Yeah.
Somebody's taken Raquel Welch and turned her into a hemorrhoid. That's what they've done. They've taken prime Raquel Welch and put a hemorrhoid costume on it.
I'm going to agree with you on that particular car.
Thank you.
Do you like the word conduit?
How much?
Do you like the word conduit?
Oh, I love the word conduit.
Yeah. Cat. Ew.
Imagine you were driving Nigel
Okay.
and you're driving near a primary school,
Yeah.
but you're driving at the correct speed.
Yeah.
Admittedly, you're driving at the maximum permitted speed,
Yeah.
but you're not speeding. And you're paying close attention to everything around you. And a small child, like a 6-year-old, runs out from behind a parked car and you hit him. And he puts a dent in Nigel and Nigel puts a good dent in him. Would you feel
Like I wish I'd used a different car.
angry or guilty?
Guilty?
Yeah, well, you have just hit a 6-year-old child.
I'd probably be a bit angry that that 6-year-old child's parent wasn't looking after the 6-year-old child.
Yeah, well, they've just had a heart attack which proved to be fatal. That's why the child was crossing the road trying to get help.
Oh, now I feel guilty for feeling angry toward them.
Right, would you do it?
Who? No. That man looked like Nigel Planer.
He looks a lot older than he used to when he was younger.
Yeah, most of us do.
But he's not looking as dead as Rick Mail.
No, it's not.
We've started to climb out of the town now, haven't we, a little
We
bit?
have, yeah, which means we're getting to some more exciting bits to be.
Yeah, some daffodils down on the right hand side.
Yeah, there's a very bright lady there,
She's a very bright lady.
being followed by that man.
Oh yeah, he's a stalker.
He's not. He didn't look away. But you notice there's another one there
Yeah, well, the stalker, ironically, is being stalked.
by the man with the ears.
Yeah. They were nicely balanced there, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
One on either side of his head.
That's a nice view across there.
That is a nice view across there.
Take the next right onto Woodhead Road.
What an interesting garden centre.
Oh, it's cute, isn't it? In fact, it's all really rather cute, isn't it?
It is.
Another.
What an interesting building that is. Dead ahead.
Yes, I know. That's. I wanted my camera ready for that. But I
What
can't.
on earth is that?
Continue
Gosh.
on B6105 for half a mile.
Oh, is it this one here?
That's the car. What a interesting place this is.
It is interesting, isn't it? Well, there's a space just there.
Oh, there.
Where?
Oh, just there, on the corner. Or across the road. Go across the road, that'd be the best bet, wouldn't it?
It's easiest, isn't it?
Starting route to Tesco Extra. Turn left onto Shore Lane.
Okay, here we are at Tesco, the big Tesco, and this is Captain Mustard.
Hiya.
And this is the new car, and it's a bit interesting in many different ways, my lovely. First and foremost, it's a very low mileage vehicle. It's done a mere 31,000 miles. Secondly is it has got a fresh MOT, and it had some repairs for that MOT. It's got a plethora of new parts. It's got, I've discovered from driving in front of it, LED lights.
Is it?
Yeah?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But it's the specification
Yeah.
of this car
The half leather seats.
that makes it really, really interesting. It's got a Nigel interior, half leather seats. It left the factory with manual windows. I mean, it's got manual mirrors, look. It did have manual windows, which have been replaced with aftermarket electric windows. When have you ever seen those switches before? It's got a very weird spec. I've never seen one exactly this spec. It is very, very late pre-facelift. It's got numerous facelift items, door cards, dash clocks. The stereo is facelift spec stereo, but amazingly, and this is a first for me and Mustard. Now this, as you can clearly see, pre-facelift car. Let's have a look at the keys. Yeah, what do we notice there, darlings?
That's a new fob.
Well, it's
Oh, what? There's a point. It's got a button on the back. It has that. It doesn't do anything, but it has that does.
LED light in the boot. What have we got in the way of goodies?
Oil.
Oh, well, that's coming home with me. We're going to fight over the part.
I think we are, because I need some oil as well. Ooh, another oil filter. I'm collecting all these oil filters everywhere. Socks.
Oh, a clock.
A clock.
I don't say clock.
You do. Oh, oh.
What's that?
It's a trackward end.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, is this the old clock or a new clock?
I don't know.
Well, the clock in there works.
Spark plugs.
So is this an old clock? If this clock works,
Probably.
if this clock works, I need it for Dick Dum Dum. And if it doesn't work, I'll have it anyway, and I'll send it off to get it working.
Working.
So you're having the oil. You've already got half a tank of petrol.
Well, I'm going to get it home, haven't I?
I'm thinking about nicking the wind deflectors.
Yeah, well, you have the wind deflectors.
So-
We're like bloody vultures, aren't we?
I know we're terrible. So the question that we've got to find out is, has this pre-facelift car actually got a Pectron BCU, or has it somehow just managed to be fitted with Pectron key fobs that are working on a Lucas BCU? That is the question. Oh, it's got the case for the Sony face-off stereo.
Yeah.
Has it? Do the steering wheel controls that aren't there work?
They don't work because they're not on there.
Right.
But yeah, that steering wheel looks proper bog standard, doesn't it? Without any.
Yeah, when did you
controls
like?
on.
Now, this is an Impression 3 special edition, and what makes it special is it's got fuck all. It's got nothing. It's got no steering wheel controls. It's got no electric windows, no electric mirrors. It's got Well, it's got no front fog lights, it's got all sorts of things that it hasn't got, and yet parking sensors.
Yeah.
But what a lovely site. Does it drive okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what a lovely.
You know, that's the thing actually. It's not very often you drive a car away that you pay for, but that you haven't even driven.
That's true.
And I didn't even think of it. I just, you know, he just seemed like a really nice, honest lad, didn't he?
He did. He was lovely.
So,
big shout out to him.
yeah, whoever he is.
Todd.
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 Todd and Rodney.
Oh yeah, the car already has a name, and the car's name is Rodney.
Are we doing a cup of tea?
Do you fancy one?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's. Okay, the paperwork with this car is just insane. There are literally hundreds of bills. And okay, well, Mustard has gone on his merry way. I'm going to drop a little bit of fuel in, and I'm going to make my way carefully home. Okay, my lovely, as well. I've thrown a bit of fuel in, more than enough to get me home with some to spare, and I'm just going to have a gentle meander home with a bit of music. So I'll catch up with you guys later on. It's been a good day, hasn't it? So, new steering wheel for Sheeson, and I'm bringing a bit of Brian home with me, so part of him will live on in the fleet, which is fitting because Brian was, in many ways, Brian was an important car for the fleet. So I'm pleased about that. I've got the toolkit and whatnot for Andy Pandy, so that's good. And we've bought a very worthwhile car. I'm very glad we bought that. We might be going to buy another one tomorrow. More news on that later. But it's been a very, very positive day. Catch you in a bit. Okay, darlings, well, I'm just about home. You will shortly see the familiar sight of the highwayman on our right hand side, and indeed now, of course, quintessential cars, which I will go and have a gorp at one day. And that is the end of today's daily diary. It's been a really good day. I hope you've enjoyed it too. It's been productive. There's a fabulous new car on the Mustard and Boaty fleet. We had a good lunch. I've got a good supper to come. Good old live stream tonight, of course. It's it's been a great day. I've really enjoyed it, and thank you for being part of it. Thank you for your company. It really wouldn't be the same without you. So there we go. Have a great day ahead, or a safe and peaceful night, depending on when you're watching this. Or if you're in the middle of the day, I hope you've had a good morning. Have an even better afternoon and evening. And above all, just take really good care of yourselves, darlings. Much, much love from me. And as we're about to turn left onto dear old Bottom Row, I will say, see you next time. Cheery bye. Pachu, and indeed, bosh.